Good morning and welcome everybody to this Tech Talk here from Exertis, Germany. My name is Matthias Fuchs and with me here is my friend Joris Nevens from Lumens. How are you, my friend?
Good, Matthias, thank you. And you?
I'm also very well, thank you.
All right, thank you for inviting us. We were very delighted when you asked us to be in this first Tech Talk to talk about the NDI cameras from us and together with the TriCaster system here. But before we start, I would like to introduce shortly the company Lumens for the people who don't know us. Lumens is a company out of Taiwan. We exist now for 24 years and we start making projectors. So that's why we have the name Lumens. After that, we started making document cameras and then we moved also into the PTZ market. We were acquired 10 years ago by Pegatron, which is a Fortune 500 company, who is one of the biggest EMC foundries. I think last year their revenue was $38 billion or something. So
Jesus.
It's a huge company, and they can help us sourcing components and stuff like that, which is at the current moment
quite helpful, I guess.
Can be quite helpful. Yep. So in Europe we have our headquarters in Belgium. And then we also have a warehouse. So of course, our friends from Exertis, they have their own stock. But if they need more, then we have our own warehouse in Rotterdam.
And you have a service and repair center in the Czech Republic.
There you go. So that means we can go super fast. If there is anything, we can repair it, or we can even do an advanced swap, because we know that time is money, so that you don't want to have too much time without a camera. And the last thing about about service is the warranty. So Lumens, we offer standard manufacturer warranty of 5 years. So it's not too bad because we make our own products, we believe in them. So that's why we can offer this to our customers.
Exactly, that's a big thing. 5-year warranties for a manufacturer. You don't hear this often these days. Well, we prepared a little video for an intro because the topic today is Lumens cameras and NDI. So here we go.
Your success, our focus.
Welcome to Lumens 3-Minute AV University. So, what is NDI? NDI stands for Network Device Interface. It's a video over IP technology developed by NewTek. NDI is an open-source protocol. Installed on an Ethernet network, NDI devices are instantly available as video and audio sources or as a destination. NDI video is high quality and low bandwidth, with minimal latency, so it's perfect for use in live production. NDI runs over standard Ethernet cables, making it faster, easier, and more cost-effective than SDI and HDMI installations. Many NDI devices also support power over Ethernet, so they only need one Ethernet cable to transmit audio, video, tally, control, and power. NDI is bidirectional. The video, audio, and control are all routed over a single network cable. This helps AV teams reduce the cost, timescale, and management overhead of video installations. An After Effects operator can send animations directly to the production switcher. Conversely, the operator at the production switcher can send files to After Effects, and even take control of the After Effects system using an NDI-enabled KVM tool. NewTek develops a free suite of powerful NDI tools. Its applications make it easier to connect to any device, anywhere in the world. NDI 5.0 apps include NDI Bridge, NDI Audio Direct, and NDI Remote. These 3 NDI tools dramatically take live and remote productions to next level. The technical team can now set up cameras and sound devices on site at a venue in Los Angeles, have an audio operator to control and mix at a production center in London, with an After Effects operator in Melbourne. NDI Bridge connects a group of NDI sources on a local area network to another local area network, enabling the secure sharing of NDI sources among multiple remote sites. Now production teams can work together with remote crews seamlessly no matter where they are based. NDI Audio Direct brings audio sources in and out of any audio software applications over IP. Now, audio sources from any digital audio workstation can come into the local studio over the network to generate multi-channel audio. NDI Remote creates a connection via web link for remote guests to join local production over the internet. Anywhere in the world, field reporters with a smartphone and a microphone can instantly join a news broadcast simply by a link without any setup. For more information about NDI, please check the description box below. Thank you for watching. For more information...
And we are back. So, we had a short overview over NDI. So NDI is a royalty-free protocol developed by NewTek, right? To enable video-compatible products to share video across a local area network, basically, right? We strongly believe that the future of the video industry is one in which video is transferred easily and efficiently via IP. And this vision will largely supplant current industry-specific connection formats like HDMI, SDI, etc. in the production pipeline. NDI allows multiple video systems to identify and communicate with one another over IP and encode, transmit, and receive many streams of high-quality, low-latency, frame-accurate video and audio in real time. NDI can benefit any network-connected video device, including video mixer, graphic systems, capture card, and any other production devices. NDI operates bidirectionally over a local area network with many video streams on a shared connection. Its encoding algorithm is resolution and frame rate independent, supporting up to 4K resolutions and beyond, along with 16 channels and more of floating point audio. The protocol also includes tools that implement video access rights, grouping, bidirectional metadata, and IP commands. NDI's superb performance over standard gigabit networks makes it possible to transition facilities to an incredible versatile IP video production pipeline without negating existing investments in SDI and HDMI cameras and infrastructure or costly new high-speed network infrastructures. So it's very basically implemented, and the beneficials or the benefits, so to say, are overweighing here, I would say. Is there anything to add, Joris, or did I?
I think you summarized it
pretty
very
much
well.
nailed it,
Yeah,
I hope.
yeah, you did a good job, my man.
Thanks,
there,
bro.
there you go. So, the topic is lumens and NDI cameras. So,
Yes.
let's say before NDI, we were also selling successfully cameras, and we are still sell cameras without NDI. So what I'm gonna say is, for some people, correct and not correct. But how did we get to this NDI status? Is before we had cameras and they had HDMI. HDMI works perfectly. You can send full HD 720p, 4K. You can send it all over one single cable. But what is the problem? Distance. 10 meters. You're getting to trouble. You need to use a repeater. Is it a powered repeater? You know, you run into obstacles.
Well, with SDI you can have long cables, but you still have cables.
That's true. So you have SDI, and you only use that cable for video. So that we come to that later. But yeah, SDI is fine. But the problem is, when you go to 4K, you're getting 12G SDI cables, who can become very expensive. And the problem is, in AV, SDI was not that.
Well, you can do audio embedded in SDI, but
okay, yeah, okay, but still no power over your SDI, for
That's
example.
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
so then you have the power, is what I thought. So you had to always a separate cable. So with the HDMI or SDI devices, you need a separate power cable.
It's cables over cables.
Yeah. So then you come to one single cable solution, and in the beginning we used the PoE. You had VISCA over IP or OnVIF control, and you had RTSP. Same kind of protocol as was used in the security cameras. It was good, but you saw latency because there was always a handshake. Some things work very well together, but we as a manufacturer need to individually go to every other manufacturer to make sure this is how we are doing. Hello, this is our camera. Will you encode it and decode it specially for us? And it was with a delay. So then NDI came along. they had their own protocol, and they talk to two ways: the guys who send it the message, like us, and then also the receivers. So they all made it very easy. So we were one of the first to jump on this whole NDI HX ecosystem, and we did that with the A50p camera. The camera we are using now basically is still an A50p, but not with NDI HX or version 1 in there, but HX2, which didn't need a driver anymore or something to update on the receiving side, and it can be MDNS, so you can find it everywhere on the network. So that's where we are now. NDI HX2 cameras, we have 3 of them. 2 of them are 4K and the single one is full HD. So I like to introduce you first to the big boy. It's the A71PN. Why do I call it the big boy? Because literally it is the biggest camera we have.
It has a tele light on top. I really like that one.
Yep, the tele light we are using now also. For us, when we look at each other, it's very easy to see now with 2 cameras in front of us which one are we using. Why is this camera also big? Because it's the biggest sensor we have. So then that means a 30 times optical zoom lens becomes bigger because it needs to fit, of course, the sensor size. Yeah. 30 times we talked about. It's 4K P50, or for our American friends, P60, and still it has a 12G SDI connection and HDMI connection if needed. They all go live, so that means you can run an NDI stream out of it, and you have an HDMI, for example, at the same time. The second camera I would like to introduce to you is the little brother of it. It's also a 4K camera. It's the A61PN camera.
I might add, it's my favorite go-to camera and my overall favorite camera from Lumens at the moment, because it's very small and 4K, and I use it a lot for production, but that's another story. We have a small video, we gonna roll.
The VCA61PN is the most innovative 4K PTZ camera in the market. It has ultra-high definition resolution with up to 30 frames per second. The VCA61PN 4K PTZ camera allows you to capture the high-quality video image for your project. This professional 4K PTZ camera with NDI has a 30x optical zoom. The VCA61PN with 68 degrees horizontal viewing angle enhances the flexibility of the video production. The VCA61PN supports NDI technology, delivering high-quality video with ultra-low latency for your video production. The VCA61PN comes equipped with 3G SDI and HDMI output interfaces that can ease your installation. Use live broadcasting software like TriCaster, vMix, OBS, Livestream Studio, and others for NDI-based video production to create personalized streaming for your online audience. The VCA61PN is an applicable choice for different applications, including house of worship, broadcasting, conferences, live events, and others.
And we are back, everybody.
Alright, so you saw already our A71PN, A61PN, and then we still have the last one is the A51PN. It's the, let's call it the evolution of the camera we are using at the moment. Why an evolution? Nothing really special on the spec side changes. So we keep 20 times optical zoom, we keep full HD, but what it is, it's a step up from a sensor size. So we go to the latest version of the Sony sensor inside. We use a newer lens inside, which can also benefit for quality. And then for the rest also, don't forget a newer technology in motors, which are even faster, more precise, and more quiet. So everybody can win from that.
They're really quiet. I gotta hand it to you, my friend.
We are a lot louder than the motors of these PDs and cameras.
Definitely is. All right, there is a new kit on the block. It's called NDI HX3. What can you tell us about it?
That we are very anxious on and we look very much forward to this technology and what it can bring. If you want to know more about our products and NDI HX3, I recommend you to follow our social media platforms, because there we will have some information very soon. Or you can go to NAB in America in a couple of weeks, 1 or 2 weeks now, or visit us in Barcelona at the ISE show, where we'll show some more cooperation between NDI HX3 and Lumens PTZ cameras.
Yeah, you can see this guy in person there. That's also
maybe a reason for not coming to the ISE, I don't know.
well, you know, there's Belgium. I heard something about Belgian beer.
Belgian beer, Spanish beer, and Spanish Rioja wine. So there are plenty of reasons, and of course our cameras, to come to the ISE show in Barcelona.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's you know, if you have a lot of cameras, you might.
Wait, but we didn't explain why NDI HX3.
Yeah, that's true. I'm
we
sorry.
We were again
Guys
talking
are so
beer.
sidetracked.
It's too early to talk beer, you know.
Yeah,
we
that's
are
true.
before noon. No, so why do we like the NDI HX3 a lot is, okay, we like HX cameras because of the low latency it gets for the compression. You know, that's HX1, HX2. It's always been a real key. But still people are saying, Joris, we want a bit better quality or lower compression, let's say, but we don't want to use full NDI because we don't have the network for it. We need to set up a new network. So that's why we believe very much in HX3. It's a lower compressed protocol. For example, if you have the image from a camera, you have one keyframe, so a group of pictures first. If you have 60 pictures behind each other, you have one keyframe with all the information and detailing, and then you have 59 pictures, B frames behind it, with lower detailing. Of course, you need that to get your compression down, you know what I mean, to get a lower bandwidth. Now with NDI HX3, you will have one keyframe and 1 or 2 B frames, or even no B frames. So that means the quality of your image will go up by a lot. The bandwidth will also go up, but still far away from full fat NDI. And there is one nice benefit I'm looking forward to is Genlock. You know, we got a lot of requests. Yours, okay, we can now do Genlock on your SDI cameras, but how do we do synchronization on the IP stream? And now we believe that with NDI HX3, that's a nice feature that will come with this package.
Oh, there's gonna be. I already have a lot of people asking me for that, and I also have a couple of use cases. But this is really, really useful, and for me personally, this is one of the greatest things coming with NDI HX3.
Yeah, that's true. No, all right. I think we're done with HX3.
Yeah, right. Let's move on then. I was going to say, if you have a lot of cameras and you don't have a TriCaster to control them all, maybe you need like some sort of control panel, and these friendly people of Lumens also do have one of these. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this small nifty Lumens bad boy here?
Yep, so it's the Lumens VSKB30. It's a joystick. Okay, to get the numbers out of the way, if you ask how many cameras can you control and how many presets,
Many.
too many in a way. You know, the joystick will never be the limitation of the cameras. You can go well over 100 cameras and 255 presets per camera. So do the math yourself. It's gonna be difficult to remember it. So that problem is already out of the way. And then you have some control buttons dedicated for some functions like R gain control, B gain control, iris and shutter speed settings. The manual focus you can immediately change. Of course, you can zoom. And there are two ways. One, you can swivel the joystick around, or you have the toggle, the jigsaw button that you can control.
In German, it's called a Zoom-Wippe.
Ooh, that's
Heard that one before?
never
Zoom-Wippe.
Zoom Wippe. I hope I don't insult anybody by pronunciation.
You won't. Everybody will like you.
Thank you. So, and for the rest, you have some functioning buttons that you can preset yourself to do specific tasks. But what is nice about this device, you can control NDI cameras, but you can also control non-NDI cameras who run over VSCA over IP, Visca serial or OMVIF, for example. So it means you have one joystick and you can control.
I think it's safe to say you can control basically all PTZ cameras, even the old ones you still want to use. You know, that's the benefits right here, I would say.
Perfect.
Right. So we covered a lot of NDI. We covered the cameras, and you also brought some case studies.
Yeah.
Where we wanted to have a peek into and maybe get a little bit more into this topic and show how stuff is done. So let me pull up the first one. So what we see here is obviously a radio station, isn't it, Joris?
Yes, it is. But what I want to say before we start this is that these case studies or this can all be solved by not using NDI, but we want to go specifically into why did we or our customers choose NDI. For example, in this radio station, which was not purposely built for video streaming. It was only built for a radio station, so that means it's a small room. There are not a lot of power sockets around there, and yeah, the space is tight, so that's why they chose to have a single cable solution, NDI, adding just a simple switch onto the existing network, and they could start controlling the cameras and switch between, because we see now that this web radio, or even on national television in the down hours, we see that this becomes very popular. And even my university now, my old university, they had their own radio station, so of course they had to use Lumens, because otherwise I would never go back to them anymore. So we hooked them also up. So it's not only for big radio stations, but also for small radio stations. They like it. But what is also important to say is really now it's starting to get there, because previous generation of PTZ cameras, not only Lumens, they were using step motors, and the step motor can make more sound. Yeah, if you have a room with 6 microphones, very high-end microphones,
they're gonna pick that up.
Yeah. So now we are using the DC motors. They are much more silent. So
they are really silent. Yeah. I have to hand it to you guys. And the other thing is, of course, if you want to implement video in a radio station like this, it's fair to say the best way is over the existing gigabit network they probably have, and if they don't have one, you just make one. It is actually that simple. So in the end, it's a TV on the radio again, which is for what I think the most genius band name there's ever has been.
Yeah.
All right. So let's pull up the next one. That's a basketball court. That's where that I know for sure.
Yeah. Don't look at basketball as such. This could have been also a soccer field or any other. Of course. So we have some cameras on the side. One on the, what is it, above the hoop? You are the expert? Backboard. There you go. Thank you very much, my friend.
You're welcome. You're welcome, kind sir.
So you have some block cameras over there. You can easily solve that by using SDI or a Visca and then a Visca control. But what is the problem? You need to send people, because then you need to do the control and the switching at the space. So that means you need to send a team of people there who do the control of the camera and the production of the camera. But now with the new NDI tool, the Bridge tool in NDI version 5, this can be in city 1, in another city, another country, another continent. Somebody can receive all the signals and can do the control of it. So that makes it a lot easier to do, cheaper, and by doing this also eco-friendly, because you don't need to travel that much anymore. In a country like Belgium, okay, doesn't take too much time to go between cities, but if you live in America, it's a whole lot of planes you don't need to use.
And via Bridge you can control your cameras you can control it from anywhere, basically. You can put them in your production, and like I might add, the NDI Bridge is one of my favorite tools that came out last year, and I really spent a lot of time fiddling around with it, and I think it's just ingenious. So let's pull up the next one. That is a water polo court, right?
Yep. Yeah. again, there we got a question from our customer. Joris, we have some problems, and how would you like to solve it? One, it's water polo, so that means there is water.
There's gonna be some splashing.
Yeah, so what do you do with the cameras? How do you protect them? Two, this is normally on the weekday a public swimming pool. So kids from school or just people in the evening, they need to be there. You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
So bottom line is it needs to be set up fairly quickly, and you can't leave the cameras because you will have privacy issues because you can't film semi-nude people in a public pool.
Yeah, nobody wants to go swimming when you see 6 cameras over there. Even if you're sure or not sure that they are off, it's better that they are not there.
You will have problems if you don't. So also here it's quite obvious to what you're gonna set up, right? Because you just need one cable, and these cameras are set up fairly quickly. Just one cable and good to go. So last but not least, we have another case study of yours.
So here, before we were talking more sporting, broadcasting, streaming, more of the broadcast side basically of NDI. But NDI, with the new tools, they're also really aiming at the AV side. Again, this camera that we are seeing here also has a USB connection. So you could use a 2-meter USB 3 cable and it would work. Or in this case, we're also using it with another in-house product of my friend here, the Barco ClickShare, which is nice. You bring your own device, plug your dongle in, and you can do your video conferencing. But this is also a training room. So that means there is a dedicated PC in the back where they have a GoToMeeting running on there, and they wanted to connect the PC over USB there. But A, the distance was too long, and 2, you're already using your USB to go to your Barco ClickShare to do the meeting. So what you can do here is use the NDI stream and then install on the PC the virtual input and then convert the NDI signal into a USB. So then it will work with GoToMeeting, Teams, Zoom, Skype, you name it. Your PC will see the camera as a USB input, and it will be that easy to connect the camera. So, voila.
All right, so that sums it up pretty much, I guess. Anything else you want to tell the audience?
No, from my side, I think everything is done. I think. Do you have something more, my friend?
Well, you know, since you are having an appointment, and unfortunately you have to leave, but I will stay on and answer some questions.
Yeah, before I go, I really want to thank all of you who are still watching us here. Thank you very much. But if you have any question, you know, you can drop us an email. And okay, now we just touched the surface of NDI and Lumens cameras and the TriCaster system. If you want to go more in deep, we can set up a one-on-one conversations, or the two of us talking to you. Or if you say, hey, I want to see these two guys, come to my place. You make the coffee, we bring the cake. And we can come and present the whole solution to you and talk detail as much as you like. But okay, thank you very much, Matthias. It was a pleasure to be here.
Always good to see you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
You take care now.
Yep, thank you. Bye.
So we don't need this one anymore. All right. Okay. So are there any questions right now? I'm going to post my email address right here in the chat. I will stay on for a couple of minutes so we can figure something out. If not, I know people are kind of busy these days. We're gonna close off. I'm gonna just wait for a couple more minutes for you guys. Maybe some questions are popping up in your head right now. Feel free to ask anything business related. If there is nothing coming, I would strongly suggest If you have interest in our NDI products, is it NewTek or Lumens or the other ones, feel free to contact us anytime and we will be more than glad to help you. Alright, so you guys have a good day and take care. Bye bye.